It's always interesting to watch before it starts. Let me keep this on. You know what? It's also interesting to see. Oh, here we go.
The Committee on Parole is called back to order. Today's date is December the 8th. The time is 9:22. Our remote location is at Catahoula Parish Jail. Excuse me, would the staff at Catahoula please introduce themselves? You're on mute, ma'am.
I'm Cadet Tolliver. Let me go get the captain right fast for her to sit up in here with him.
Thank you very much.
All right.
We'll go ahead and get some preliminaries out of the way. Our first case is Mr. James Parker. Parker, would you give us your full name and DOC number, please?
James Allen Parker Jr., 514-335.
Mr. Parker, this is
Yes,
a
sir.
revocation hearing. I'd like to explain our procedure to you. First, I'm for your parole revocation questionnaire with you. And then I'm going to read you the allegations of how it's alleged you violated your parole. Then I'm going to ask you to plead either guilty, not guilty, guilty with a statement, or not guilty with a statement. And then we'll have a full discussion about the allegation. Do you understand our procedure?
Yes, sir.
Do you have the parole revocation questionnaire with you?
No, sir, not with me. I didn't know that I would need it.
Well, we're gonna put it up on the monitor there for you so you can take a look at it.
Yes, sir.
Okay, can you see it now, Mr. Parker?
Yes, sir, I can see it.
Mr. Parker, is that your signature at the bottom? Does it appear to
Yes.
be your signature?
Yes, sir.
You remember filling out this questionnaire?
Yes, sir.
Were all of those answers accurate and correct?
Yes, sir.
According to this questionnaire, you're not entitled to an attorney. Are you ready to proceed today with your hearing?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm going to read to you the allegations as alleged in the violations.
Yes,
Rule
sir.
4, failed to refrain from criminal activity as evidenced by Franklin Parish Sheriff's Office report on October the 14th of 2022, indicating that you threatened to great bodily harm and or death to a member of society by making threats to kill Patrick Adams. Also evidenced by your admissions through text messages to this agent that you did verbally threaten Patrick Adams. How do you plead to that, sir?
It's guilty, sir. I did. We was arguing over a female.
We're going to give you an opportunity to explain it, okay?
Yes, sir.
And then another violation, also number 4, you failed to refrain from criminal activity evidenced by multiple failed drug screens on 8/8/22, 9/9/2022, and 10/6/2022 for methamphetamines and amphetamines. How do you plead to that?
Guilty, sir.
Right? Your case is assigned to Mr. Pete Freeman. Mr. Freeman will begin our interview process.
Yes, sir.
Would you please answer any questions he may have?
Yes, sir.
Parker, how long, what date did you get out on parole?
I believe it was on the August the 4th.
2002, huh?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Your drug problem, I see you have a bunch of positive drug screens.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I've been struggling with it. I understand I got on a bad start, you know what I'm saying, got off on a bad foot. And it's something I've been struggling with for a long time. And
What are we gonna do about it? I mean, we gotta do something
we
about
got
it.
to do, yes, sir. We got to do something about it. Yes, sir. Something's got to be done. like I said, I have a child on the way now, you know, that I didn't know, you know, and it's my first one. And I mean, they say, you know, that's the cure all, you know, I just, it's no excuse really for the drug use. It's something I struggle with. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
I mean,
well, the child's not gonna cure all, but it will help.
it will.
Give you
Yes, sir.
hope.
Hope.
To
Yes,
give
sir.
you hope. We gotta find out some way to get you off these drugs.
Yes, sir.
Okay, tell me what went on between you and Mr. Patrick.
When I got out, him and his girl was separated, you know, and they've been separated for about 4 months. And when me and her started talking, he started texting and calling and threatening and he did a lot of harassment before I ever said anything to him, you know. And as soon and I just said it, not thinking about it, you know, and it was through text message. It wasn't through verbal or nothing like that. Me and him was texting back and forth, and I just put it in a text message, and you know, I just trying to really to get him leave me alone anyway, because he was pretty rough there for a while, you know. But I understood where he was coming from, you know, as far as him and his wife or his girlfriend or whatever like that, and I let him, you know, harass me for about a week or two before I ever said anything to him, because you know, I understood where he was coming from, you know. But other than that, I mean, it was just bickering back and forth, and I said something I shouldn't have, you know. And as far as my parole officer, I was just trying to be transparent with him, you know what I'm saying, what was going on, you know. And
I see when you were out, after 2 months, you had received a sanction. What was that sanction for?
that was for the drugs, I believe. He sanctioned me 10 days for the drugs, the dirty urines, I believe. And then it said that he was holding me extra days for threatening, but I don't think that Patrick ever pursued any charges, you know, as far as formal charges.
Okay, how long have you been in jail?
63 days, sir.
Okay, and the child you're having, is it with that same lady that you and Mr. Adams been arguing about?
Yes, sir.
I have no further questions, but I want executive session.
Okay. Mr. Parker,
May I ask you one
Okay,
question before? Mr. Parker, have you ever had any kind of long-term substance abuse treatment?
No, ma'am.
Do you think you need it?
Yes, ma'am.
Why? Why you think you need it?
Because anything to help me get a better mindset and get myself, you know, prepared to go back inside and be a productive member of society. And sometimes it does take treatment and to get down to the root cause of your drug use. You know what I'm saying? It's just not something we wake up with. You know what I'm saying? It's something that's over time. You know, and I really don't know how to say it. It's just you know, it's just something that needs to be addressed. You know, my mental and my, you know, saying, because maybe that's got a problem with it. You know, my drug use stems from problems I'm trying to hide from. Maybe, you know, I'd like to, you know, talk to somebody, a psychiatrist, you know, people like that can help me, you know, get down to the root cause of it, and maybe
What
get
age
past.
you start drugs? What age
Ma'am?
did you start drugs? Huh?
About 15, 16. I remember 17. It was getting out of control.
17. So
Yes,
how much
ma'am.
education you have?
I graduated high school.
You say you managed to stay in high school and still use drugs.
Yes, ma'am. It come at the end of it, you know, right there at the end. It was just pot all at first, you know. Back then it was just pot. It wasn't like it is now, you know. And I think.
Thank you for answering my question. I concur with the executive session.
There's no objection to executive session. We will, Mr. Parker, we're going to be at a brief recess, and we're going to go into executive session to discuss some confidential matters. We'll resume in just a few moments, okay?
Okay, thank y'all.
Well, what do you think? Something about getting locked away from... They allow that in there? No kidding. I have never seen that and would never have believed that. But that is not contraband. No kidding. I don't blame him for it. If you're on nicotine, it's got to be a godsend for something like this. Side story: I did used to smoke those vapor things. I did smoke cigarettes once in my life, and it was never like a lot. It was like once. It was like a pack a week type of thing, but it was for many years. And then I went to the vapes. What were they called? The Juul, and that Juul stuff messed me up. It really did. You know, you hear the stories about people who messed up. It was me. Now I don't touch anything.
Committee of Parole is called back into session. Mr. Parker, Mr. Freeman has one or two more questions for you. Would you please answer his questions?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Parker, were you working when you first got out?
Yes, sir. I was working at down on Louisiana Dixie Ag at Appliance Service. Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. If we offered you long-term drug treatment, would you take it in lieu of revocation?
Yes, sir.
Would you put your head into it? Got a child coming.
Yes, sir.
We'll
All the way into it.
You're a 6 felony offender. You're going down.
I know it. Yes, sir. And it's time to get it right or do something. It's time, time to hunker down and put. Yes, sir. It's not a game anymore.
Y'all had any problems with him since he's been over there?
No, sir.
All right, I'll be ready for
Now ready to vote? Okay.
Okay, Mr. Parker, my vote today is that in lieu of revocation, you attend the Steve Hall program. And once you complete that program, you follow any recommendations that they give you. And that you try to get your life straight. Like I say, you're a 6 felony offender. It's probably your last bite at the apple. Even
Yes,
a
sir.
drug card from your own house can get you serious down.
That's right. Yes, sir. Thank y'all.
Recommendation.
Thank you, Mr. Freeman. Ms. Wise?
Mr. Parker, I'm very concerned about you. I really am. When I was reading your case last night, my first instinct was just revoke him and send it back to jail. That's where he wants to be. He keeps going back. That's where he wants to be. But I concur with my colleagues and what they see in you today. So I hope you sit on the front row, really pay attention, and ask them for parenting classes. You've never been a parent before. You don't know how to do it. Go ahead and learn. And it's not about you now. It's about your child now.
Yes, ma'am.
Think straight. I concur. Do not revoke long-term substance abuse treatment, followed by TWP. They got to do time. Best wishes to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Mr. Parker, you've been very honest with us today. I think it's really important that you express a desire for help. You made a statement that I wrote down, and I just wanted to discuss it a bit with you. You said there's no excuse for your drug use. Well, there is an excuse. Drug addict. You have a disease, and you can't control that disease, but you can control your behavior.
Yes, sir.
And hopefully you're going to get some training and some tools and some skills to be able to stay off of drugs. But it's a lifelong process. When you get out of prison, when you go through Steve Hall and you get out of prison, you have to religiously follow the rules that they set down. Otherwise, you're going to find yourself, as Mr. Freeman says, you're not going to be getting out. One more charge for you as a 6th offender, you're gone.
Yes, sir.
So my vote likewise is in lieu of revocation, that you complete the 9-month Steve Hall project and follow all recommendations when you are released. Good luck to us. We're done with we're closed out at Catahoula. Captain, thank you very much for coming in and assisting.
Yes, sir. All right, but,
Well, how do you feel about that? You think he's gonna stay out? Gosh, it's like one more strike and you're kind of screwed. I don't know. But my understanding was he was locked up because he made threats by text message? That is That is a crummy way to get locked up. That is a crummy thing to get locked up for. Hopefully he stays out of trouble. I don't know. I don't really have much else to add to that. I'd love to hear your thoughts.